Hello and welcome back to Barely Behaving with Becky and Jason. That's so stupid.
The way you say it.
I say it how I say it. There has to be an introduction. What do you want me to say? Give a better...
Maybe it's just your voice. Maybe you don't have radio voice, so it doesn't sound as good.
Who said I'm supposed to have a radio voice?
I don't know. You sound squeaky. Thank you for showing up. Thank you so much.
Too bad. That's what I sound like.
Okay.
I've sounded like this my whole life. So fucking deal with it.
Okay.
So we had a shitty situation this weekend.
Oh, wow. That's a big play on words. It's really cool. But you did it.
Yeah. It's better than what you would have said.
What?
Who knows what you'd say?
Shit was coming up out of the fucking bathtubs.
Listen. Let's set the record straight. I lead this whole thing, and you just follow along like a little puppy.
Whatever.
Okay?
Shit was coming up out of the fucking bathtubs
Yes.
and the showers.
Here was the sequence of events. First of all, our son went poop in the toilet, and he uses a lot of toilet paper. So much so that he has to flush after he's wiped a few times to get all of that down, and then wipe some more, and then flush again.
Yeah, but it's large. It's copious amounts. It's like a pile, but that is like in combination with the wipes, the massive amount of toilet products, the vagina stuff that you flush down the toilet
Vagina stuff?
Yeah, all that shit got collected.
I don't flush tampons down that toilet in particular.
It doesn't matter. The guy says it all ended up in the same fucking spot.
Well, here's the deal. So he did that, and then I went in there and lift up the lid, and there's still some of his wipey toilet paper.
Yeah, but you flushed it, then took a dump,
No, I
then
didn't.
flushed it.
I didn't flush it before I took my dump.
Oh, well, okay.
I dumped on his
Sure.
on his toilet paper because it
matter.
didn't seem like that much. So then I went poop and then wiped and then I flushed and it went down. And I was like, I looked at the toilet and I go, this toilet needs some cleaning. So I went and I got the little thing to clean it. I went in there, going around, water's all blue. Okay, it's all good. Okay, it looks good. I flush it, water comes up.
Yeah, it was the final. Maybe it was you. Maybe it was that massive dump.
And I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
The water's coming up. And we didn't have a plunger.
No.
Now, I have plunged that toilet before with a wire hanger because I looked at once up on the Googlers and it said you could use a wire hanger. So I had taken that and it worked once.
Yeah, well, that was
this
only
time, no.
If it was in the toilet part where
Right.
Right, but that wasn't. It went down and then to a certain spot.
Well, and there was a sound in the bathtub.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've never heard that sound come from there before.
They're all connected, but when you got the plunger and I was using it, you could hear it like sloshing in the tub next to it.
Yeah, so we got the plunger and you went to town.
Yeah, well, the water went down in the toilet and I thought, oh, fantastic, that's awesome. And then I look over into the tub and the poo was coming up out of the toilet. And then when I'm going to town, the toilet drains. And I was like, I think I got it because I look over into the tub and then all of a sudden, like, water starts to come out of the tub. And I'm like, well, that's not good.
So the poo is coming up through the drain in the toilet.
Poo is coming up
or in the
into the bathtub, and it's coming up out everywhere.
You're in there by yourself.
Oh yeah.
And I hear you. You're like, oh Becky, oh no.
Oh
and
yeah.
I'm like, what is it? And I come in. You're like, the poop's coming up.
No, the poop was coming up. It was coming up, and it kept like flooding up, and then it stopped, and then I started plunging some more, and then I see like water movement like from the drain. So then I reached in. And I took the drain cover off and I started plunging the bathtub, and then that was sloshing, and then water was coming up into the toilet at that time. So the water was going back and forth between the two, and it started to smell, and it was reeking like a porta potty, but like a porta potty where poo was sticking out of the porta potty. Like it would smell fucking horrible. It smelled up half the fucking house. You're on the phone with the plumber, and then I was like, I wonder if anything's coming up out of any of the other drains in the house. So I go over to the master bathroom. That's all clean. I was like, all right, cool. So then I go in the back room and
that we never
use, and poo came up with cockroaches out of there, and that reeked. And that's where the smell came from. The toilet in the back wouldn't flush. The toilet in the middle wouldn't flush. Both showers are fucking poo and shit and everything and piss, and everything is coming up out of the top. So it's just like you couldn't win.
It was like the poop cruise, but in our house.
Yeah, it was. And then the water, it kept like rising as time was going on.
In the tubs.
Plumber shows up, and we have to find the little cap in front of the house. So they're finding it, pop it, send the little thingy in there.
Which PSA? It's this
PSA.
Public service announcement. Are you new? There's a thing in your yard, probably close to your house. It's supposed to be within 3 feet of your house, usually in the front. There's a pipe that is like the main pipe for all of the plumbing in your house. Make sure you tell your landscapers, if you have one, don't put mulch over it. Because
No.
it took them a good 45 minutes to find it.
Yeah. They cover, undo the thing, pull out the little fish thing, they throw that bitch up in there, and they're fucking, and then all of a sudden everything goes down and everything flushes, and they pull all the shit out.
Well, thank God they were able to find it, because if they weren't able to, they would have to come inside our house, move the toilet, and then that would have made a big fucking mess in our house.
Right. Then it would have been all over the house, and we would clean it. So I got bleach, 2-gallon bleaches, and I'm pouring it in the tubs after everything's drained and cleaning everything, washing it fucking down. It still smells like raw sewage in the house for 2 days.
Yeah, it smelled like like you put your face in a sewer.
Yeah, it was
like a manhole.
Yeah, it was bad. And you go outside, and then you come back in, and it like hits you like it's like poo and sewer and dirty water, and just hits you, and then it slowly like faded away. But it was fucking.
Well, you like walked around the house lighting matches. You're like,
hell yeah! I was kind of afraid that if there was methane, the fucking thing would have just. Poof.
I was a little afraid of the bleach fumes that you were lighting something on fire.
Bleach doesn't set on fire.
It doesn't?
No, I would rather smell the bleach than poo.
I had a headache though at the end
That's
of the day.
fine.
Like
Yep.
a headache / upset stomach from the smell of the shit
both
in our house
and everything.
and of the bleach like mixed together. But like we couldn't open the windows.
No.
Because it's 95 degrees outside.
I'm not opening the fucking window.
Then it would have gotten fucking hot. It would have smelled like hot sewage.
Yeah, hot poo.
We didn't want that.
No.
So we kept the windows closed.
Yeah.
We have like those Dyson air purifiers. We put those on to kind of
Yeah. It just took time.
little Febreze.
That was the Friday. Like this weekend kind of fucking sucked because it's just like.
That's how it began. Yeah, that was rough.
But either way, it's fixed now, so we're good.
We're good.
So that was that Friday after a full week of school, and the idiots in the fucking car lines.
Yeah, Carline is just it's a whole thing. And there's like, if it's your first time in Carline, like there, you can follow everyone and figure it out real quick. But like, there are people who just don't pay attention to what they're doing and they're on their phone. I mean, I'm on my phone in Carline too while I'm waiting, but like, there'll be like 5 cars that move ahead of them. And I'm like, bitch, fucking pay attention, move up. The half-hour window is crazy to me to try to, at our older son's school.
Yeah.
Okay, 11 grades to drop off in
30 minutes. In 30 minutes. It's
The
stupid.
fuck?
Yeah, that makes sense though because the principal's a fucking moron anyway. So
She is a moron.
basically, the way that everything's being run, you would be like, "Does a moron run this one?" And you're like, "Yes, a moron does run this one."
Thanks for asking.
Yeah, you can schedule a meeting with her, and you look at her, you're like, "Yeah, you're a fucking moron."
Yeah, we take some issue there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably
because
isn't
people probably
socially-
ask, how come you're still sending your kid to a school where
Yeah.
you don't like the principal
Because
or
that would
whatever?
because socially he's already embedded, and he
Yeah.
only got a couple years left. We're just gonna grit it out,
Yeah.
and then he gets to go to.
We offered it to him.
We
though.
did.
We said, okay, we can take you to another, because it's a transition to middle school, right?
Yeah.
We can try to do another middle school, but realize if we do that, just so you could be closer, you're going to swap being close for all of your friends, a place that you have been familiar with for a very long time. You're the student
all
council,
gone.
like all those
all
things that
gone.
like you're familiar with, gone just to be close.
Yeah, just to be close. So fuck it.
So
we only got a
he's-
couple years left.
He didn't want to. I left it in his hands though, because I wasn't going to be the guy
No.
to yank him out
No.
in 6th grade. 6th grade, junior high, that's fucking hard enough as it is.
Yeah, so then he'll go from there and bounce to high school. It's fine because in high school, everybody's equally worthless in high school. Everybody's got to start over. Because I remember when we went from junior high to high school, you go from top dog in 8th grade and you go to 9th grade at your high school. And whatever kids that you were friends with in 8th grade, those kids are no longer your friends when you get to high school because they scatter you.
Yeah, everybody.
And it doesn't matter. You got to make new friends, whatever sports, clubs, things that you're into. Those are your new friends. Like those are going to be your friends until senior year in
yeah.
high school. And then once everybody departs from high school, all of a sudden it's every man for himself.
The goal is, as a parent, to help your kids to learn to be adaptable.
Right. So,
Because if you're dropping them into...
but that would go against us keeping him at that school.
Well, I know, but they're going to have to learn to be adaptable anyways. This is a choice at this point. Like, he doesn't have to at this point, but there are times when you're going to have to adapt. And this was not that time.
No, it wasn't that time.
You know what I mean? It was not required at this point. But when it's required, at that point, everybody is learning to be adaptable when you go into high school. You know what I mean? Like
Right, you have-
everybody's on the same page.
You have no choice. Like
Right.
you're fucked. Like it doesn't matter. None of your friends are going to be in your class. They're not going to be in your lunch. There'll be times or sometimes you're sitting there by yourself eating lunch in high school because there's none of these kids that you fucking know. Like it sucks.
You make your friends, like you said. Like I was a cheerleader, so I was friends with all the cheerleaders. You're in baseball, you're friends with baseball people. So that's just kind of like who you gravitated
Yeah, but then a lot of that
towards.
people happen. What happened is that then I wasn't in any classes with those people either, or lunch. Then you need to make friends like outside those things. While we're talking about the transition periods, freshman year in high school, I had a locker that was the furthest you can get on the flat wing at the very end of the hallway. And then from that point, I had to go all the way to last classroom on the third level at the other end in 6 minutes. And the fucking dipshit fucking teacher was like, well, they time it out. You can make it if you really want it. So I was like, had my backpack on and was just like, whew, 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 like slide in and out. Like we would get there with like 30 seconds to fucking spare. And the guy was a fucking dick. If I could go back and talk to any of these fucking people, I would just tell them how much of a fucking asshole that they were.
Well, because like
There was no need for it.
no, but that's a whole power trip. With,
I guess.
them
Maybe he's got
sometimes.
small pee-pee. Maybe he's got small pee-pee
got
and
small
small balls. I don't know. That's
You think he had a big truck outside?
No, he didn't. He had some bullshit, probably hated his fucking life, had small pee-pee and everything else, all that stuff. So if you had a giant pee-pee, maybe he'd
Why are
be
you saying pee-pee?
maybe he had a big dick. I don't know. You've got a little wee-wee and you're like, oh, I got to assert my authority over these two. Oh, that's probably it. Because me personally, you're late. I don't give a fuck where you come from.
Here's what I wonder. How old were these teachers typically? Were they like as old as we are
Probably
now?
how old we are now.
So like, can you imagine, put yourself in those shoes?
give
Would
a
you
fuck.
have been like that?
No, I don't give a fuck,
Like,
bro.
what the fuck is wrong with them? Why give kids a hard time?
It's not even fucking worth it.
I don't understand.
Like, is that how you get your rocks off?
I don't know. But if the kid's a dick, like if the kid's being an asshole,
Right.
like it's a different story. But like you're a good kid.
Well, I
like,
was,
you know
I was
what
like,
I mean?
hey man, I was like, I'm going from one point to the other, and he was just like, well, that's too bad. You got to learn how to get. I was like, no, this is not a learning exercise here.
Right,
I'm literally
right.
telling you that it's very difficult to get from point A to point B with all these people in the fucking way.
Mm-hmm.
He give a fuck, so fuck him.
Fuck that guy. I can't think of a teacher that much that I didn't like. I can think of subjects I didn't like in high school. Like I was on a math or science girly, like
Right.
that I did not do well. Like Mr. Hooten,
Rest in peace.
Mr. Hooten, Hootie. I remember him calling on me in class and being like, Miss Goss,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Oh, I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
But you get me into essay writing, gold star.
Yeah.
Like any of the math and science. Fuck. Although I remember taking discrete math. I don't even know what that means. But I got an A in that class.
That's like, say there's 4 kids and you inherit the parent's vehicle. Well, obviously you all can't split the car equally to get the piece, and you can't all drive the car. It's getting things that don't have a value assigned to them, assigning a value to them, so selling it, and then dividing that up into quads. That's basically discrete mathematics. So it's like indirect.
I still don't know what you're talking about,
Okay.
but I got an A in that class.
So did I.
Who was that teacher?
Nussbaum.
He was not the healthiest,
Yeah, the healthiest anyway.
guy there was.
My favorite was when Nussbaum dropped the chalk. This motherfucker dropped the chalk. He was so fucking fat that he had to. You can see it, right? When he dropped the fucking chalk, you could watch him. When he dropped it, you could watch his eyes. He was just like, "Fuck." And then
He was a big
and
dude.
he wasn't very tall, but he was big. And
Yeah.
then so when he went to go pick up the chalk, he had to put his hand on the chalkboard.
Or where like he rested
Or
the chalk,
where the
like,
rest
on
of the
little
chalk was, so
thing.
he had like a thing, and he had to kick one leg back in order to like fulcrum or like slingshot himself down.
He was like
to-
it was like a seesaw.
Right, so
like the top went
right,
down.
so he had
and
a,
the leg
so he could sling himself back and pick up the and pick up the chalk, and if he missed it, he had a, and then he got it, and then he would fucking write with it.
My cheeks hurt.
I know. I saw watching that fucking guy drop the chalk,
Oh my god.
and then I don't know.
Okay, just P.S. outside of that story, if you're watching this and you see me keep reaching over, it's because the volume on my thing keeps fucking up. So I keep trying to fix
so
it.
we're gonna get a new one. I don't know why, but anyway, so
Anyway.
you had that fucking shit going on in fucking math. This one time I remember we were whispering about something, and he said something about head, and then one of the students was like, "Oh, I love head," and he got so fucking mad.
He got mad.
He put the chalk down, turned around, and said, "I don't want to hear that kind of talking. No, that's dirty talk." I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Can you imagine if you were standing up there at the front and somebody said that? Wouldn't you turn around and laugh? I would have
laughed. I was like, but I wouldn't turn around and start yelling at anybody. I don't know. Maybe it's a soft subject for him. And everybody was laughing. And he turned around and he got so fucking mad.
I think about how our bodies allowed us to eat certain things in high school that now our bodies be like, excuse me, what is this you're putting
Pretty
inside?
much.
Like I used to go to the vending machine. I'd get a bag of Cheetos, crunchy, not the puffs.
The puffs get stuck in your teeth.
I like the crunchy Cheeto or a Cool Ranch Dorito.
Yeah.
Maybe a Sun Chip, when I was trying to be healthy.
Yeah, healthy.
And a Snapple or a Gatorade. I would eat that shit before cheer practice. And I don't know how I did it all the time. If I ate that now, my body'd be like, go fuck yourself, try again.
But you also can look at the ingredients when we were in the 90s and the 80s and 90s. It wasn't the same shit that's in there. So
No, it was different.
There was like 4 ingredients.
Yeah.
But besides that, yeah, I agree with you.
We used to eat stuff. When you're a teenager, the stuff your body will allow you to consume versus as a mid-age person,
Yeah.
not the same.
No, it's not.
Like even when we were on the cruise and like they got all these fancy desserts and all this stuff, and I'm looking at it like that looks delicious.
Yeah, but it had milk in it. You don't eat.
And my body does not do well with the dairies.
No.
So if I would have eaten real ice cream or any more bites of the chocolate ganache cake or something, no. I would have needed some Pepto-Bismol. I would have had hot fire diarrhea.
Yeah.
And have been farting for like 24
Days.
hours.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. I mean, after baseball practice, I used to drink a Sprite.
You Sprite?
Sprite.
Why?
Because it had sugar in it, and it made us feel better because
Everybody had it?
a lot of people drank the Sprite. Yeah.
Interesting.
Not Gatorade. We're tired of fucking Gatorade.
Yeah.
So that was good.
I was never a soda person, ever, really. Although that's not true. Maybe I did go through a stint in college where I liked Coke with lemon.
Coca-Cola from McDonald's, when they make it right, is
From the fountain.
From the fountain is the best Coke that you could like.
Why is that, though?
I don't know. It's the mixture.
I don't get it.
I don't fucking know.
People talk about how fountain Coke
From McDonald's
in particular
whatever it is, it's the whatever ratio they use, wherever they keep it under the belt. But you can go other places and you can get a Coke, but it doesn't hit the same as that.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
As that McDonald's
And
one.
I haven't had one of those in a bazillion years.
I couldn't tell you. Well, the last thing you had me chug a Sprite when we were at Disney.
We had to make you do the burps.
I did.
I don't think I ever put that up.
I don't think it did either. I don't know. I drank almost the entire thing except for a little bit because one of the children were fucking around, so I had to stop and had to.
Yeah, it's that challenge where you take a Sprite or
Right,
I think it's just Sprite
challenge. You
and
just
you just chug it, and then you burp like a fucking demon because just these sounds come out of your body.
Right. But,
I probably would have barfed.
so,
I wonder if there's any fun challenges we could do.
but at Disney,
I don't know, just in general.
I know a good one.
What?
Go to the tequila bar and get some tequila.
That's not a challenge for you.
Challenge for me.
No, it's not. I can't do that.
Well, our son says that the tequila bar has the best iced water.
He does love an iced water at the tequila bar. He feels so fancy.
Yeah, he does.
Or like when we stay in a club level and they have the wine glasses out.
Yeah, he put lemonade
puts
in
his
it.
lemonade in it.
And he's like, "Oh, is you drinking wine?" No, I'm gonna break it to you. No, bitch. They don't think you're drinking fucking wine.
Yeah, because he was like, "Do you think they're gonna think?"
Because if they did, they would be talking to us immediately. Like, "Oh, how'd you get the wine, son? Oh, I went over there and I fucking poured it. And there's nobody in charge of that." No.
Do you remember the one teacher? Now you're gonna know this. The one teacher that we both had at some point in school, and she had the dirtiest name.
What?
I can't believe you didn't know that immediately.
I didn't have her. If you're talking,
I'm not talking about high school.
in junior high, the woodcock.
She must be dead by now because she was old then.
I don't know if she's not dead. I'm
Mrs.
sure. I'm
Woodcock.
sure she's not listening to this.
No. And I remember in that class, that was in 6th grade, and we had the Egyptian unit.
Oh yeah.
And there was some Egyptian person's name that we had to know, and we had to know how to spell it. And if we didn't spell it right, we were going to get it wrong on the test. And I wrote that shit on my
If
hand.
you didn't spell it, you were going to get it wrong on the
Yes.
test. Okay.
And it was like 47 consonants, and like 3 vowels. And I didn't know how to spell it. So I wrote that shit on my hand and she caught me and I got in trouble.
That's too bad. That's just being dumb.
I was like,
No, man. What did you do? If I was going to cheat, I would wear a shirt with a pocket in the front, and then I would put gum, something in that pocket, and in there I would have a little sheet of paper like this, and I would write down whatever I needed to write down, and it would sit in my pocket. And then I would kind of go in there and like get like a little like Tic Tac or something. So I opened the pocket up so it didn't really draw attention to anybody. And then when I'm leaning down and you're writing tests, I can see right down into my pocket. And then if somebody, if the teacher got up and started walking around, I just kind of close up the pocket.
that's smooth move. That is smooth.
Fuck yeah, we're smooth. You got to be smart, bro.
Not me. I wrote it on my hand.
No, fuck that.
And it's all like smeared from my big
No,
pen.
and then they would go sit back down and pop that bitch back out.
Wow.
Fuck it, yeah.
Wow. What did you cheat on?
It was all science, anything. It'd work on anything.
Terrible. My biggest cheat, though, of all time, and my mom will laugh if she listens to this. She probably doesn't. I don't think Dolores takes time to listen to this. Times tables, 3rd grade. I was terrible at math. Let's say it again. My dad made me a binder. I remember it was gray. It was from his work. And he printed out the times tables all the way through 9 on a sheet of paper. And one day he said, okay, I'm going to time myself doing it. And if you can beat my time, then we will take you to Enchanted Castle. It sounds a little dirty, doesn't it? But no, it was a...
Matt Scripsy's dad started that.
I
sold it.
It was a kind of like a generic Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
I'll
It
say.
was good. No, it was really good. It was.
It was really great. I loved it. But like if I needed to compare it for somebody else,
Yeah.
that's sort of what it was, right? But we loved that place. It was so cool. And so I was like, all right. So if I can beat my dad, so he set the kitchen timer, and however long it was, and I had to beat it, and it was like whatever time. And he probably went slow as fuck just because he knew I was stupid at math.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right. So I do it every day. We did the time test, And one time my mom was in the other room, so she couldn't see me, and I was in the kitchen. And she's like, okay, I'm going to start the timer. And I had already started.
Shit.
I know. I'd already done a couple of lines. And then I was like, yeah, okay, go ahead, start now. Are you farting? Did you just lift your ass up and fart?
I lifted my whole body up.
And you farted? Does
I
it
did.
smell?
No. That's what I think of your story.
And I cheated. And so I said, woohoo, I beat dad. Because I did.
Yeah.
And then me and my parents took me and my friend Jen to Enchanted Castle.
Yeah. Great.
It does smell.
No, it doesn't. No.
Maybe that's the sewage smell from the
Maybe.
bathroom leaking in.
Could be.
But that was my big cheat. And I didn't tell my family that until like I graduated college. Like
Yeah.
I kept that to myself. I'm such a goody two shoes. What are you going to tell? What are
I
you
don't
going
know. I don't know what we're going to do. You're not so slick. God, you got to think outside the fucking box.
do? At least you know that I'm never going to lie to you because I can't do it. It's really hard for me. And I'm
No.
not good at it.
It's fine. It's fine. You're going to fucking cheat. I know all the fucking cheats. Go ahead. Our kids, go ahead.
Try it.
I don't really give a shit if they cheat in school. I give a fuck, to be honest with you, because you're not meant to fucking memorize everything. Because guess what? If I don't fucking know something,
Beep, boop, bop, boop.
that's
I
right.
know.
Thank you. And then now it's going to be even easier. AI, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
blah,
I
blah,
know.
blah. Got it. Thanks.
Well, that's the joke too about like when we were kids, everyone would say, it's not like you're going to have walking around with a calculator in your
yes,
pocket.
I am.
Yes, bitch, I am.
Yes, I am.
I got one. Look here.
Let's put it this way.
And I could take pictures too.
Even if we didn't, let's say I was an Imagineer at Disney World and I was building a roller coaster. Do you think I'm going to do mathematical equations and longhand division
Right.
without a fucking calculator?
No, bitch.
No, because I don't want people to die. And I don't want to have to rebuild something over and over again because I forgot to carry the one. No, I'm going to use a fucking calculator and every other tool that you could possibly fucking imagine, plus a team of fucking people. So teachers that were back then and said, yeah, fuck all you people too, because for memorization, suck it.
I feel like people are inherently good at something, whether it be language arts stuff or math and science stuff. You're inherently good at one or the other.
Sure, left
And
brain,
that's-
right brain.
And that's the way, or like you're artistic. That's the way you're going to go in your life.
Sure.
Right? So like the whole idea of like, oh, they need to have this well-rounded idea of stuff. Anything that I learned about math and science fully out of my ear the day I left the classroom. Like it was gone, but could I still write a great story? Absolutely. And that's the direction I went in my life. But like, so none of it fucking mattered. You weren't going to change my mind to go into math and science. because that's what I was doing in class. I'm not more well-rounded from that class.
Yeah. I'm not the writing a story or reading books and being like really fucking enjoying. Like, I'm not saying not to read books. I still read some books that, I hear that, can help elevate you and open your mind. I'm not fucking sitting down with fucking Moby Dick and like, you know what? You know what the deep meaning about this fucking book is? No, I'm not pulling fucking deep meanings out of the book. It would be like help books, like how the fuck to stay calm when you're in a room full of dumb fucks. Like that book would be helpful for me. And by the way, all those people from high school that were teachers, fuck you guys one more time.
Okay, great. So there's that. Anyways, thanks everyone for listening today to Barely Behaving. That's it. And to you too.
Thank you.
Great. All right. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.